Okay. Okay, so today is more or less final exam day, quote unquote. This is where you put all of the things that you have learned together and see if you can clear what was once formerly the hardest savage in the game. Probably still is, even synced at least. So that is what we will be doing. We'll be partying up, going in, and progging. So if you were with Licks last week, you probably got the hang of progging, watching a guide, testing it out until you get it right, then you get to a further point, so on and such forth. It will be more of that for P8S, and probably a bit more strict than you are used to. I typically don't take people in here in general, but we are going unsynced and we will give it a go just to see how far we can get. Yeah, Savage is a little stricter than like Extremes would be in that regard. So let's have you all change into the classes that you will be going in on. And if you want to pay attention to my screen, I'm actually going to take the opportunity to show you guys how to set up a party finder. This is what you use anytime you are progging anything that is high end. So that will be Extremes, Savages, Ultimates, anything that would require 8 full people to go in and do, I should say. So yeah, if you want to pull my stream up, I will walk through how to set up a party finder just very briefly. We'll talk about the logistics of that and the menu options, and then we will put one up for you guys to join for P8S. Now, I do see that we have more than 8 people here. I'm just here for extra credit. We'll try to fill up the slots appropriately for this, even though we are running it unsynced. And then if we have extras, we can maybe see about getting like a secondary group going or something to that effect. Or you guys can very much just watch along. So,
I won't be able to like actually visibly see the screen, but I'll probably rewatch the video later.
Yeah, not a problem. It's also streaming on YouTube too, so if you want to or have a device you can pull that up at, you can definitely follow along there.
Actually going over there.
So, in your menu, if you are on controller, it looks a lot like this. If you're on mouse and keyboard, you'll have a small set of buttons in the bottom corner. You're going to want to find the party menu for this, and then there will be an option for Party Finder. Go in, you can see all of the things that are currently active on whatever data center or world you are on now. There are 2 different forms to filter these, by the way. There's this top tab here, which shows you the data center. There's this tab that shows you world specific. And then there is this tab for private party finders. Private party finders are party finders that your friends or a static that you join may have put up. They have a password on them, so you would need that password in order to join them if they fall under this section here. Beneath that, you have all of your little symbols that you may be used to seeing while you're in Duty Finder here too. Meaning you can sort them by all, or you can filter through the different categories. Duty Roulette, Dungeons, Guild Hest, Trials, Raids, high-end stuff. Everything is here. PvP, Gold Saucer, it's all here. So if you are looking for something specific, you can use these sub-menus here as well. Conversely, if you don't want to use either of these to filter it down, you have a search option that is off to the right called Advanced Search. Pulling this up allows you to fill out your own search criteria. As you can see here, do the drop-down menu to see what kind of duty it is that you want to do. You can use this sub-menu that will pull up every duty that falls under that category, as you can see here. And then from here, you can actually place an objective, whether or not you want to complete it, whether or not you're practicing, if you're looking to get loot, that's all here. And so then you can do that. You can also put your own personal class in, meaning it will only show you Party Finder posts that need the class that you're playing at. Once you get this down and filtered properly, you can hit search and it'll pull up any results that might be there. And if you need to reset it or cancel anything out for any reason, there's a reset button at the very bottom. And that is how you search in Party Finder if you are needing to do that. As far as posting your own, In the bottom left corner, there's this big yellow button that says Recruit Members. Click that, you get a menu that looks like this, and a lot of people tend to find this overwhelming. My advice is just to take it section by section and read what's on your screen. So you start with these 3 tabs here. Are you posting a normal party finder, an alliance party finder, or a custom match for PvP? These are the 3 filter down categories that you can put it in. From here, you'll pick the type of duty, and then you'll find that duty in your list. There'll be all kinds listed here. Today, we're doing a raid, so I pick raids, and then I go find the one that we're looking for. Notice the ones that have Savage will have Savage after them in parentheses. It's very, very straightforward. We're going to be doing 8th Circle Savage, so that's what I would put here. And then our objective today is simply practice. You can set it for duty completion. You can also set it for loot, for stuff like this. This is just indicative to the people that are reading through Party Finder what your goal is. So if you're loot, that means I have already cleared this. I just need gear out of here. That is what we're doing. If you are duty completion, it is I am ready to clear this. I just need people that can help me finish the fight for the very first time. If you are practice, that means, hey, I'm not ready to clear this. I still got to get the hang of stuff. So if you're trying to get the hang of stuff as well, go ahead and join. You also have these role buttons here, as well as a section for description. We'll go over the description section first, because a lot of times this will look like gibberish to people when you're looking in Party Finder, if it's an actual prog. What they will do is put the nicknames for different strats and how they're being resolved in this section if you're progging something that's like extreme or savage. So it might read something like this. This would be the description for M8S right now. Loot farm, that just tells them, hey, I'm after gear. Do a little subsection divider. First half of it, we're gonna do FCQ. That stands for Fairing Clock Quad. Those are just references for how we're solving mechanics. You can do phase 2, Renon. So again, more references to like a guide that would tell you what strategies we are using. So you'll see stuff that looks like this a lot of times in Party Finder. My advice to you is if you don't understand it, it means you are not at that prog point, so you should probably avoid that party. Once you are at the prog points where this makes sense, like this means something to you, you understand what it means, that's a party that's safe for you to join. In the case of this, we'll be doing a fresh prog Kobe guide. You see how this makes sense to you? Fresh prog means we're starting out. Kobe guide means this is the video that I am using to get through this fight. You can also put in other notes like this, unsynced. And that lets people know, hey, we're not doing this synced, so you don't have to worry about it. Again, if this doesn't make sense, it probably is at a point that's further in the fight than you are. You probably just want to leave that alone. Look for something that you read that makes sense to you. It translates. Down here, you have roles. As you can see, it does do kind of the standard roles, but you can actually restrict this even more by using the buttons that are below here. You can check these for unselect classes. You can remove role restrictions, which changes this. This basically means, hey, you can join on anything. I don't care what you're playing. Or you can do this one player per job. You will see this one a lot in Party Finder because they do not want duplicates of a specific type of class, meaning that if there is already a dancer in the party, another dancer would not be able to join. You can actually filter this down a little bit more, which you tend to do if you're doing like a current on-tier savage. So by clicking on these, you get this little menu, and you can actually hand pick which classes you want for that specific spot. So if we set this one for Pure Healer, that means only a White Mage or an Astrologian can join, and you can see that when it hovers over it. I set this one for Shield or Barrier Healer, same thing. So now this guarantees that I get at least one Pure Healer and one Shield Healer for my party. You can do the same for the rest too. So if I want this to be a melee only slot, I can set it like that. If I want this to only be available for casters, we can set it like that. And so what this gives us between this filtering and this checkbox, it ensures that we are getting the proper comp for any fight out there. Super useful. definitely practice, take your time with this, spend some time in here getting used to this, because this is going to be your best friend if you're trying to do a brand new fight after it's released. On the other half, you have some more options. You can limit recruiting to a world server, meaning if I only want people from Seraph to be able to join this, I check this box. I can also password protect it, which would put it in that private category that we talked about over here. You do have to input a password for it. It has to be 4 digits or up to 4 digits. And this ensures that only people you want to join can join. This makes it private. You can also set conditions. So this one is important if, say, you've cleared a fight and you are looking to like go farm like gear or loot. You can check mark this box, and then you have a drop-down menu that has a couple of options here: duty complete and duty incomplete. Duty complete, if this is checkmarked, means only people who have cleared the fight are allowed to join your party finder. They have to have already finished the fight at least once before they'll be able to join. You'll still show up in the party finder list, but they won't be able to join it because they haven't finished the fight. You can also set an item level restriction. So you guys are familiar with item level restrictions. You get them in dungeons and MSQ all the time. Basically, you have to be over a certain level before you can participate in the activity. So if these are checkmarked, you can actually limit who is capable of joining your fight. A lot of higher end raiders that are in a real big hurry to get loot will use these a lot of the time. They'll set the objective to loot, they'll checkmark this box, set it to duty complete, and then set the average item level to something that would make sense for that fight, for example. So right now it's set to 610. Since this is a 4th turn fight, we would probably set this to like 625 or something if this was like on content, if that makes any sense. So this will help make sure that people that are ready to join your party finder are able to join your party finder and nobody else. Obviously, we're not going to do that today. We don't have to worry about it today. It's not a big deal. The duty finder settings can also help filter it a little bit more. This communicates different stuff to people. So if I checkmark this box, it will show up in party finder as an unrestricted party. So if you look at the window behind, you notice it's got these little symbols here. That's what this section is for. So by checkmarking these boxes, I am adding these little symbols, which is just a signal to somebody else of what type of show that I'm running here. So by checkmarking unrestricted party, that tells people, hey, I'm running it unsynced. You might be saying to yourself, well, Spokey, you put it in the description. Of course they would know that. True, but I'm going to interject here. We're going to take a quick beat of explaining these to tell you people don't read party finder. People look at the name and these little description tabs here. The rest of this stuff will often be ignored by people, and that is one of the frustrations that comes with using Party Finder. Just expect that if somebody joined your Party Finder, they didn't read anything, and they're going to ask a question about how you're doing things. That is why I suggest and encourage using the conditions. I encourage setting it and removing role restriction, or 1 player per job, and setting up specific roles. Do as much as you can to babygate your party finder to keep people who don't read from unintentionally disrupting your goals. That would be my suggestion to you. So if you're running an unsynced party, yes, type it out, but also check the box because you never know what somebody is looking at. You also have minimum item level and silence echo. These two in combination will put the fight back to how it was when it released. So if you are joining, it will be synced. There is no echo, which means that you don't get stronger every time you fall down. Minimum item level means that no matter what gear you have on, it is going to set you to minimum item level for that fight. So you're getting the fight as it was when it came out. You also have loot rules. So this is a tab that you will often see in something I call merc parties, where people will pay money to have you help them clear or to have you help them get a specific item. The loot rules will often be in place for that, where they have it set to loot master or they have it set to greed only. That way they are ensuring that they get what they're after. If you are somebody that wants to put up a merc party, you would do that over here by using the description. So you would type something like this: merc run for chest, greed only on rest, 1 mil when clear. What this basically means is, hey, I'm hiring mercenaries to help me get a chess piece from this fight. I have it set to greed on the rest of anything else that drops, so you can help yourself to that. And when we finish, I will give you 1 million gil. That's what that means, right? And so then you would come over here and you would set this greed only, and then that's how you would post up your party finder, right? So that's what that is. Language is very simply language. If you don't want Japanese speakers, Dutch speakers, or French speakers in your party, you can uncheck those boxes. Or if you don't want English speakers, you can uncheck this. I typically don't mess with language, but I know that it's a big thing in EU to set the languages. It is what it is, if that makes any sense. Any questions? Okay, doesn't sound like we have any questions. So very quickly, I am actually going to... We're gonna set this as unrestricted so we can get you guys in here first. And then we will adjust from there. So once I have my requirements in place, I have everything how I want it, right? Right? Like so, like that. You can also include links to guides that you might be using in here. So if I wanted to make sure the people coming in really knew what I was using, I could copy paste the YouTube link and put it in here. People will find a way to copy that and put it out onto their computer or wherever to figure out what it is that you're looking at. Once your stuff is set up the way that you want it, you're going to hit the Recruit Members tab. And what you will see, if you have everything set up properly, is you will be able to find your own party finder in the party finder list. So if I look and I search, it should be here somewhere, unless I'm crazy. I might be crazy. All right, trials, raids. It's not showing up for me. Is it because I'm still filtering? No. Did I pick the right whatchamacallit? Maybe. I don't know. You should be able to find it within the party finder when you said, oh, I did put it in private. You're right. You can go and find your own posting in the party finder. If you click into it, this is what the finished product will look like. So I have set a password. Let's get you guys in here. The password is 6669. You can actually join just by clicking on my character and then choosing the option for View Party Finder. That will give you an option to join. Or you can go into the Party Finder menu and find it under that tab. Bodies might be needed. We may need a second party, Deshaun, because this is definitely more than 8. Okay, thanks. Alright, looks like we are in need of one more tank. I don't know if any of you guys are actually running tank. I can tank if not. We have one more spot open, basically. I would suggest you running the class that you are trying to use for raiding. One of the things that I constantly...
What was the password? Sorry.
6669. One of the things that I constantly tell my raiders that I am teaching that we are progging current content savages is you need to pick a class and you need to marry that class. That means using it even when you're running normal content. That means putting in time on the dummy. That means eat, sleep, breathe, live that class. Get your rotation down to a science to where you don't have to worry about your buttons as much. And the reason for that is mechanics get crazy. And so the crazier the mechanics are, the more attention you are going to need to pay to the field around you, and less attention you are going to need to pay to actively keeping up your proper rotation. If you are looking to prog the Savage tier that is coming out in January, and this is not just Pony, I'm talking to all of you at this point. If you are looking to try to prog the Savage tier that is coming out in January, if you're looking to try to get into Party Finder and like get the hang of that when it releases, you need to be deciding on your class now. You need to be figuring out what it is that you're going to play. You need to be using it at every conceivable opportunity. You need to get used to pressing those buttons. You need to get used to knowing where your buttons are. You want to build up as much muscle memory as possible because you are going to need that brain power to puzzle out the fight. You're getting ready to see what I mean in a second here when we get into this Savage fight. We have a full party. I will melee to fill that out. Who is not in a party right now? I see Splash. I see Mina. Mia's not in a party. Ami is in here. You're not here. Okay. So are you just spectating for now? Okay. I'm a judge your Viper. That's fine. I'm teaching. So that's fine. I'm sharing my screen. So if you just kind of want to watch along, you'd feel more comfortable doing that. That's totally fine. I know you got a taste of Savage the other night with P8S. So this is a little more complex than that one was. Deshaun is on the way. So if you want to maybe do a Q&A with him while you watch along while we try to learn this one, please feel free to do that as well. This is what a balanced party looks like, by the way. We have what would be acceptable for progging an on-content Savage. 2 melees, a shield healer, a pure healer, 2 different tanks, a ranged, and a caster. This is the comp. This is what you should be stepping into if you are progging something that is on content, whether it's an extreme, a Savage. Ultimates have their own rule set, so I won't include them, but an on content ultimate, yes, this is the comp that you need. It is very complex. I am taking you guys somewhere that for all intents and purposes is unsafe. But you are here, and this is a good arena to learn and figure things out. So take a deep breath. We're gonna have a good time. The whole point of this is to try to give you an idea of what it would look like in a Savage. Now I'm gonna say a couple of notes about this. That being that this is by far the meanest Savage that I have ever stepped foot into. Everything else is kind of, I'm not gonna say it's butterfly kisses comparatively, but it is definitely less complex than this one. So if you are feeling like, ooh, shit, then it's doing exactly what it was designed to do. I cannot stress enough that Yoshi P actually apologized for this fight to the raiding community because they had more faith in us and our abilities than we like. They were overestimating our abilities. Yeah, multiple apologies. So this is the big dog. This fight does still have some bite on it, but because it's unsynced, we will end up skipping some of the more complex mechanics. And that does not mean that you are off the hook by any means, so I am really hoping you guys reviewed the video. But it does mean that it won't be nearly as mean as it was. Before we go in, let's have a gear check. Let's see what you guys are looking like gear-wise. Since you guys are all in the same area, I can actually do this. That makes life a little bit easier for me. Mina, I know your gear is probably fine. Yeah, you're fine. You're missing some melds, but I'm gonna leave you alone. Let's have a look here. Yada. Okay, mix of crafted, no materia. I think we'll be okay. We'll talk about materia at the end of the day. Pony, you should be fine. Yeah, you're in full crafted and you do have melds. Okay. Ami is in full crafted and pentamelded. Very nice. Splash is in need of some gear pieces. Let me see here. Most of it is good. This ring and this bracelet we're probably gonna and both of these rings actually. We're probably gonna want to do something about these. We'll go in and see how it goes with what you have on, just as a start though. Revan is in full Historia. Some of it is augmented. We've got some raid stuff. Very nice. And Sonny. Okay. Looking good. Augmented Historia. All right. Materia as well. Someone's been doing their homework. Very nice. All right. As a party lead, if you are going in with a party in Party Finder, you're going to do this first. It's /R check. And that is how you get the ready check to pop up. Some of you already know how to do this. Others may not. Mina, I was just teasing you. You have to go with your stuff. Mina said, nah, not ready. I'm getting materia. It's not that deep. You're okay. Okay. So we'll wait for Mina. If you get 1X, one of the things that raiders will do, and this is more of a raider culture thing, is they'll just go, let me know when R, name of the person that was not ready, and they'll just put that in party chat. That's just letting the party know, hey, we're waiting on somebody. It's this person. They're gonna let us know when we're ready. Do not get up. Do not go get snacks. Do not go to the bathroom. If you do have to do any of those things, you're gonna want to hit the party with a BRB. Tell somebody if you gotta walk away. Is 3 letters. Because if you don't, what can end up happening is people will wait about 90 seconds and then they will leave. They will post their own party finder, or they will find another one that is doing what they're trying to do. And you will be left with no party and have to do a party finder again, which is a big pain in the ass. It's super inconvenient. One of the things that I've been harping on since we started meeting is please consider the other 7 people on your team. Yes, you are trying to accomplish a goal, but also so are they. So just remember, if nothing else, this is bigger than you. There are other people on your team as well. This is a lesson in selflessness, if anything else. Cat started talking to Miley Cyrus. So yeah, while we sit and wait, do you have any questions about Party Finder, raid culture as a whole, or anything that I have brought up? Hell, even the video. Do you have questions about that? I do not have markers for phase 2. Kind of watched it twice. I'm not sure I remember it all. Good. You're not supposed to. I love that. I love that that's what you said. If you watched that video and you lost track of what was going on 3 minutes in, 2 minutes in, a minute and a half in, good. It's not supposed to work. It's not supposed to be something that you commit to memory. The idea is to give you an idea of what's coming. Okay? Your brain sees it. You would be surprised at how much your brain remembers without you actually remembering it. You just need to see it. So yeah, you want to watch it through. You want to see what you're getting yourself into, and then that is where prog or progression comes into play after the fact. You are going from there to figure out how to actually get things down to a science. The fun thing will happen, by the way, as you learn a fight and prog a fight. If you go back and watch the guide again, everything that didn't make sense previously will now make sense. It's fantastic, really. So I encourage people to keep those guide links, watch through them once they've gotten past a certain point, check in with the guide once you get to a certain point. If you need a chance to watch the guide while you're in, you can just be like BRB, referencing guide, referencing paste bin, whatever. It works out. So let's get the right one queued up here. Without further ado, let's get into y'all. So when we get in, nobody move. Oh shoot, Splash wasn't ready. Okay. When we get in, no one move. There's a couple of things that need to happen before any fist fighting goes on. So yeah. Savage fights, unfortunately, are not a just wing it kind of situation. So we're going to go over those. Make sure that while I am going over that stuff, you wiggle your controller, you walk around, run in a circle, do a jump, do something that is not hitting the boss, because you can get disconnected after, I think it's 5 minutes or something like that. And that doesn't start until the ring goes down. So while people are in cutscenes, you're totally safe. All right, so when you get into an instance, oftentimes, we covered this with markers in our markers lesson, but there will be markers that go down. These will be the markers that we are using during prog. To be reflective of that, as you remember, you need to stand in your appropriate whirl spots. So, let's see if you guys remember where you're supposed to be. Nope, ranged are in the front. So we want Fizz ranged here, caster here, tank in between the two of them. That's where the main tank goes. Healer 2 will usually come here, but sometimes it's the off tank. So we want Healer 2, whoever's going to be Group 2 healer here. Melee Group 2 will be here. Off tank goes here. And other melee, Melee 1 goes here. So let's have you guys just go straight to your spots so we can figure it out. All right, Ami and Pony need to swap spots. Perfect. So this, remember, is representative of this. That means Ami, your spot is at 1, Splash, your spot is at 2, Pony, your spot is at 3, my spot is at 4. Main tank goes to A, off tank goes to C, healer 1 is Delta, healer 2 is Bravo. P8S has additional setup markers. Again, most complex. So give me a second. Yep, we're going to start with this. We're going to translate this as best we can. So all of the ranged will be on numbers in the back, with caster at 4 and Fizz ranged at 1. Main tank will go to A in this situation. Off tank will go to Delta in this situation. Melee 1 goes to Charlie, and Melee 2, Pony, that's you, goes to Bravo. Go ahead and go to your spots now. This is for one of the mechanics that happens later in the fight. You want to remember this. Lock it somewhere in your mind. Next set of markers! I don't know that we actually need to do these ones. I don't think we see this mech. Yeah, these are for dogs and snakes. I don't think we need to do these two, so we're not going to worry about these ones. Yeah, we don't need those ones anymore. Yes, P8S had 4 sets of setup markers. 5 if you count the Group 1, Group 2, which some people neglected to do. The next thing we need to keep in mind is the 2-minute rotation. So, Ami knows a little bit about the 16-second timer. I'm going to explain the rest of it to the rest of you. Go ahead and pick your dance partner now, Ami. Nope. There are 2 setup marks, generally speaking. Each specific fight will have different setup markers. A P8S, as I've said before, is one of the meanest, so it actually had 5 sets of setup markers before you could hit anything. You had to work out 5 different arrangements. Yeah, this fight was mean when it came out. It was not a joke. And that's not even talking about phase 2, by the way. This is all for phase 1. I digress. The next thing we want to take into account is the 2-minute rotation. Who's my main tank? Is it Revan? Okay, perfect. So, you, in a sense, will be the, on your mark, get set, ready, go person for the fight. As main tank, you have a job of popping the ready check once everything is worked out with the /R check. And then, if everybody says yes to that ready check, setting a countdown that is appropriate for the party makeup you have. we have a dancer today, which means that you need a 16-second countdown before the fight. That way, Ami can do her standard step and finish it out when it gets to 1. So, go ahead and pop your ready check now. Everybody eat your food. Eat your raid food. You probably want to do 2 of them, so we're going to be in here for a while. And then hit yes on your ready check once you have. Has everyone eaten? All right, so if you get it all goes, all systems goes. Rev, you want to do a countdown for your party. Do you know how to do the... Perfect. Go ahead, Ami. We're just going to pull, and we'll see what happens, friends. Don't be nervous. This is meant to hurt. This is meant to be challenging. All right, Tetra Flare. That means you are with your partners. Partners are color-based. Remember what I said. Watch the torches. We're going to try to find your safe spot. All right. So we are going to be out and then in. In, partners. Good. All right, that is a tank buster. So we'll stay clear of the tanks. He's going to be picking an animal. Watch his hands or his feet to figure out which one. That is feet. Pop your knockbacks. All right. At this point, we would go to clock spots. Everybody on their clock spots. 2, 3, and then 4. It's a lot, right? Savage is a lot more structured. Yes, the guide is one thing. This is entirely another. The guide was just to help you kind of dip a toe into the pool. There's nothing compares to getting into the shit and trying it out. And nor nothing will ever. The longer you raid and the more you do high-end stuff, you will become more accustomed to translating by watching guides. But starting out from jump, it is very different. I told y'all, I warned y'all will get chin checked today. It's fine. We're fine. Take a deep breath. Are there any questions? You don't know who partners are? Color pairs. So think about your clock spot. You don't have to run to it, right? You can't, right? You'll pull them if you do. But find your clock spot. For example, mine is 4. So that means, Yada, you are my partner because Delta is your clock spot and we have the same color, purple. So off tank, Pony, Healer 2 would go to Bravo, Splash. Your clock spot is B? No, your clock spot is 3. This is your clock spot. So your partner would be the off tank, is what that means. So anytime you have to do partner stuff, you need to be in the safe spot, wherever the safe spot is, with the off tank. That's what that would mean. You thought yours was 2. Yours is 2. That means your partner is Mina. You're my healer too, right, Mina? Yeah. So that means you and Mina would be partners in wherever the safe spot is. So if I call partners or color pairs, you and Mina need to find each other and then find the safe spot together and be standing like this. Y'all gotta hold hands real close. Like so. You'll hear stacks and spreads a lot for this one. I try not to say stacks because people often think that means light parties, and in this case that doesn't. It just means partners. But that is specific to this fight. And then again, Ami and main tank, you guys are partners. You guys would find the safe spot and then buddy up together. Color pairs. Yes, Tetra is stack, Octo is spread. So he does that cast before any of the other shenanigans. He gonna do a cast, Tetra Flare or Octaflare. You need to store that away. Log that little nugget of information away in your mind. Remember when we moved your cast bar nice big middle of your screen? This is why. He's gonna store that. So that'll mean partners or spread. Then we're gonna do a bunch of other silly shit. We're gonna dodge. And then at the end, we're either gonna partner stack or we're gonna spread in the safe spot. That is the key. You do not go back to your clocks, you will die. In every situation, if you are on a clock spot for that first mechanic, you will die. You need to figure out where the safe spot is and then adjust accordingly within it. Does that make sense?
Okay, yeah, and for off-tank, this question, so if my partner is with 3, but in the guide, the off-tank was at 2 because of the Flame Viper.
Yep.
Do I run it to 3?
Nope, you stay on 2. So at that particular point,
Okay.
you and Splash need to use eyeballs and make sure that you're not colliding with each other. If he's taking a tank buster Splash, you're just going to slide down a little bit so you don't get hit by that. That is literally just an eyeball situation where it's, okay, they're doing tank buster stuff, let me get on out the way. Sups north, DPS south. For... Oh, they are north for this? So off tank is Bravo, not Charlie? Okay, so then I lied to you, Splash. Your partner is Sani. Mina and Pony are going to be partners for partnership. I didn't realize this was one of those. To make the buster simpler, that's why. Okay. Look, in my mind, it's just get out the way. Whenever Rel was up there taking a buster, I'm going to slide down as the dancer, bro. I don't need to be up here. That's y'all business. But that does make sense to simplify it for Party Finder. I understand why they did it like that.
So for
so since I'm swapping partners, so which side am I at?
You are still...
You stay.
Yeah, you're still 2. It just means that Mina and Pony are partners, and you and Kassir are partners for partner stacks. So don't go looking for Mina, go looking for Kassir instead. That's all that means. Everything I told you about getting out the way, that still stands. So if you're hanging out on your marker, if you're hanging out on your marker and they start getting tank buster casts, just go ahead and slide down a little bit. You don't gotta be up there. You go down to Bravo, it's fine.
If you're still in your ley lines, you can just pop your ley lines and like Bravo.
Yeah. Yeah. It's all a matter of puzzling out the best way to stay safe. So let's try and pull again. We'll iron out some more stuff, and then once we get past this mech, we'll move on to the next one. This is what progging is. Let me get that ready check whenever you're ready, Revan. Check your food. If your gear is damaged and needs repairs, I can do that for you. You just come and request on me. Mina can also do it. Otherwise, let's just beat on him and let him beat on us till we figure it out, yeah? Tetra, that means partners at the end of dodging. Find your safe spots. Is it a snake? It is. So you're going to be outside of the black lines with your partners. Not bad, not bad. Tank buster. It's alright. We're gonna be at this for a little while yet. Alright. That is arm. Be out of his hitbox. Out of his hitbox. Perfect. If you are up, go to your clock spots. This will fail because we are missing bodies and he is doing the cast for debuffs right now, but check your debuffs nonetheless and do your best to resolve snakes. Alright. We want to be looking north. Alright, those with the chips, go ahead and freeze. Oop. Look south. Snakes is difficult, yes. We can go through it if you would like. It's crazy I survived it, though. Getting unlocked, it's bite. Typically, that would be a death. That would be a wipe. But we're still in this thing, so we keep going. Next, he will do dog, so that after he does all of the illusory stuff, we will need to be prepping our knockbacks, but not right now. For now, I want you to look to the sides. Find the bird. All right, bird is north. So, melees are supposed to be in, I think. Yeah, okay. Oh, this is the in-outs. I remember now. Sorry, I'm derusting. Bear with me. How am I alive? It's unsynced. And the fight has lost some of its bite, so not everything is instant death. Everything you have lived through right now was instant death when this fight released. Everything, every mech that was wrong was instant party wipe when this fight was released. Yeah, go ahead and reset. We've seen enough of the mechs for now. Oh my god, right? Every party was Snake Frog Party. Didn't matter if it was nuclears. Jesus Christ. All it took was one person! That's all it took! You were only as strong as your weakest link for this fight. This fight was rough. But I did choose it for you guys. Yeah. I chose it for you guys because it's lost his bite, because apparently you can survive a lot more than I thought you could. While also seeing how complex mechanics happen in rapid succession. Do we have questions? Would you like to talk about the snakes situation? Really confused about snakes? Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was confused because I had looked away, but then like I ended up turning back around after the thingy, and then I got stoned.
All right. So snakes is gonna take a little while. Make sure you wiggling that controller every so often, because explaining this is gonna be a little wild. So, for snakes, instead of 2, like in normal, he does 4 sets of snakes. Every person is going to get 2 debuffs on their bar. This will be all we need to get rid of all 4 snakes before they detonate. So Relic had a saying for this. I'm going to use it. Remember when I told you raiders eat glue? This is an example of what I mean. The whole thing with snakes is to get them hard and then get them wet. And yes, I'm aware of how it sounds. Go ahead and chuckle.
Of course Rel would say that.
Go ahead, but it makes sense, and I guarantee you you're going to lock it in because I said it. So, with snakes, there are 2 sets of debuffs. There is a blue set that has a 1 Roman numeral in them, and a pink set that has a 2 Roman numeral in them. These are the order in which you are going to get your snakes hard and wet. So if it's 1, the first set of snakes that pops up are your responsibility. If it's 2, the second set of snakes that pops up are your responsibility. Any questions about that piece? No? Okay.
Repeat that one more time.
You're going to get the first set of debuffs. It's either going to be a 1 or a 2. Pink or blue. If you have a 1, you notice the snakes came out of the ground in pairs, right? There were 2 of them, and then they kind of did their thing and was like, pacha! It like froze everybody. If you have a 1, those first 2 sets are your responsibility. If you have a 2, the second set of snakes are your responsibility. So this is the difference between deal with my snakes and then beat ass, or beat ass and then deal with my snakes. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Cool. There is an additional debuff you are going to get. You'll have 2 of them. Each person will have 2 of them. For the second set of debuffs, one will be orange. It's going to look like a Dorito chip. That is a frozen gaze. It is your responsibility to get the snake hard. So if I have a 1 and a Dorito chip, that first set of snakes is going to pop up. They're going to go around the arena like this, right? They pop up here. Bam. I got a 1 and a Dorito chip. I'm going to take care of this snake. I'm going to go look at that snake until I flash it, and it is hard. It is petrified. The second set of debuffs is going to be a green circle. If you have a green circle, it is your job to get the snake wet. This is how we get rid of it. So if I have a 1 and a green circle, and Splash got a 1 and a Dorito chip, they're going to go around, they're going to go around, they're going around. The snake pops out here. I'm going to run over. Splash is going to get it hard. He's going to go back to beating ass. I'm going to run over after it's hard. And my green debuff is going to do a puddle of ooze. This is an AoE and it can hit players, so if you are standing near somebody trying to resolve a snake, don't. My debuff is going to get the snake wet. The hard snake is going to get wet. At that point, the snake is dead, and I can go back to beating ass. Everyone will be doing this. You'll have a partner in crime for this. The partners in crime are random. There is no way to predict it. The debuffs are random. Person 1, get the snake hard. Person 2, get the snake wet. Everybody go back to beating ass. Nobody takes any damage downs or damage at all. Now, for how to figure out which snake is yours, because they come out 2 at a time. If you are in group 1, so me, Ami, Revan, Yada, everything from the number 1 marker to the letter C Charlie marker is your responsibility. So you are going to run wherever the snakes are from 1 to C. If you are in group 2, that's Splash, Pony, Mina, and Sani, everything from the numbers 3 to the letter A Alpha is your responsibility. The snakes will always pop up half and half. They might be right next to each other on Charlie and 3, but they will always pop up half and half. So if you have a 1 and a Dorito chip, you need to be looking at 1 through Charlie to figure out which snake you are responsible for getting hard. If you have a 1 and a ooze, same deal. You need to be looking from 1 to Charlie to figure out where your snake is and get it wet. Will we have time to look away from the gaze, then deal with snakes? So if you are group 1, you are going to dodge gaze, solve snakes, beat ass. If you are group 2, you are going to dodge gaze, beat ass, dodge gaze, solve snakes, beat ass. Does that make sense? And there's a trick, actually, to dodging the petrification. So let's pretend this is the room, right? This is the whole square that we hanging out in right now, right? The snakes are going to pop up in 2 spots. They're going to do this. If you do this on the boss's ring, right along with them, your back is always going to be to those snakes. If the snakes are here and here, which can happen sometimes, you just be here. Don't be looking at either one of them. Stand just right here. This counts. I promise you this counts. If it makes you uncomfortable to do that and the snakes are here and here, just turn around and look at the corner that the snake is not in. All you have to do is look at a corner the snake is not in to dodge those gazes if they're diagonal from each other. All right, that is snakes. Are there any questions about snakes?
You are unsynced. Don't be afraid to drop GCDs.
Yeah, you are unsynced. If you need to stop hitting the boss to try to focus on solving the mechanic, do that. This is where that other advice... Yeah, I guess you could for a GCD or 2. This is where that advice I told you about marrying your class comes into play. Stuff like this. Because if you know your buttons and you know your rotation by heart, it is easier to resolve mechanics without dropping GCDs. That's more advanced raider stuff, but that's why I told you what I told you. Let's see if we can do snakes. Yeah, we're probably going to get dog, and if that's the case, do your best. I'll try to call it out, try to respond to the calls, and then we'll go through dog, okay? Let's try and pull again while it's still fresh. Perfect. Perfect. Very nice. I whole ass missed the first cast. That is out. Okay. Tank Buster. Good. He's gonna transform into an animal. Arms for snakes, legs for dog. If you see dog legs, pop your knockback. That's snake out of the hitbox. You need to be outside of the hitbox rings. Max melee for my melees. Good. All right, let's test it out. Here come the debuffs. Check your debuffs. Now watch your snakes. Get them hard. Get them wet. It happens. It's fine. Just keep going. Raid wide. Mitts if you have them. All right. Dog is up next. Pop your knockbacks when you see his feet get big. We gotta do this stuff first. I keep forgetting about the in-between, the illusory. My bad, you guys. Alright, find the bird. Bird is east-west. You're gonna dodge east-west inside the black lines. Alright, everybody that didn't take an AoE, move in. Very nice. And then dodge into your corners. 4, 1, 2, and 3. Very good. Oh, well. Except for that piece. Alright, safe spot is gonna be 1. Yeah, safe spot's 1. And then we would do dog. That's not bad, though. I don't know what's going on anymore. That's okay. Illusory creation is complicated. I didn't explain it, and I should. So let's talk about the floor for a second, right? Remember when I told you guys the floor is a clue at all times? This floor has 2 sets of lines. It's got these white ones that are very big and very obvious, and it has these black ones that are little and not so obvious, right? Anytime he does the bird wings or the dragon AoE, it is going to be either within the confines or outside of the confines of the black lines. They follow the black lines, the birds and the snakes do. Meaning if he has a snake, dragon, whatever, you need to be outside of the black line. If he's got a bird, you need to be inside of the black line. The white lines are for the blue fire. It's kind of all there is to that. You're gonna find your safe spot using that with the blue fire. What is this fight? This is a 4th turn savage. Savage rating. Yeah.
I know what this is.
I know, it's just crazy. Nah, it's crazy, right? Nah, it is. It is. Now you see why I wouldn't dare take y'all in here synced. This is insane. So keep that in mind. The black lines are for the animals that he casts. The white lines are for the blue fire that he casts. You can use that to dodge accordingly based on what he's doing. So for illusory creation, which is what we see after we do the first animal, whatever the fuck he got going on, there's going to be a bunch of clones that appear around the sides of the arena, right? One set of the clones is going to do bird. The other set of the clones is going to do snake. You want to be in line for the one that's going to do bird. So if the bird clone is north or south, we going to be here, right? If the bird clone is east or west, we going to be here. From here, what you want to do is spread out a little bit. So, you gotta stand here for me really quick. Ranged are gonna be in the back right here. Melees are gonna be in the front right here, wherever the safe bird is. One of those people on each side is going to get an AoE of damage on them. If you get an AoE of damage on you, your job is to dodge. So you're just gonna chill out. You're gonna back off. come hang out like right here or something. If you don't get damaged with an AoE, you're gonna go be in his hitbox at your clock spot. Yeah, whatever. So let's say Yada got it, right? You don't have to hit him, you can keep paying attention. Let's say Yada got it, right? He's gonna go stand back here. I'm gonna go in at my clock spot on him. I'm gonna get an AoE of damage on me, and then we're gonna swap. He's gonna change the animals on the outside. You need to dodge those, and then it'll be his turn to get an AoE while I go F off somewhere and be safe. Does that make sense? So Bird is in on the black lines, and partners, I'm assuming this was? I don't know. Nope, it was spreads. Fantastic. Anyway, you can reset it. So that is what illusory creation is. After illusory creation, he's gonna fill the floor up with blue fire. Everywhere except for one corner is gonna be dangerous. So you really gotta watch the blue lines to figure out which corner is gonna be safe. It's either gonna be 1, 2, 3, or 4. We're all gonna group up here, and that'll be that. That's the second half of illusory creation. So first half, melee ranged, inside the bird. One of them is gonna get hit, they fuck off. One of them is not gonna get hit, they're gonna go into his hitbox so they can be hit next. After that, the person that fucked off first is gonna go into the hitbox at their clock spot so that they can be hit. Questions? All right, let's try stringing it together. If that makes no sense, don't worry about it. If you're like, bah, I'm still trying to figure out snakes, figure out snakes. Work at your pace. If that's too much, you're like, I'm not there yet, I'm not even worried about it. Yeah, if you had to see it to understand it, don't even worry about it. Just figure out snakes for now. We'll see it enough. The whole point of prog is to pull over and over and over and over and over again. I will do my best to make calls. I'm de-resting, so they're not going to be really good calls, but I'll do my best. Let's go again. I do have to go in 26 minutes. That's fine. I did not expect... I don't know what I expected. We can get Aether in here if she's comfortable coming. We have bodies. We can come back in. Alright, find your buddies. I'm gonna dodge out. And then in. Good. Although I think that was spreads. Was it pairs? So when I say out, it was pairs. Okay. So when I say out to dodge the blue fire and then into the bird wings to take your partner stack. That's what I mean by out. We'll go over it in a second, and we'll talk about boss positioning as well, because he does snap center, but as the tank, you want to try to get him center when you pull. So I would say whatever your projectile, I forget what the projectile is for Gunbreaker, throw that and then walk to him. See if you can get him in between the Alpha and the Charlie markers. He don't gotta be perfect, but it does allow him to turn around so that the melees can get their uptime, and it makes it easier for people to see their safe spots. So for that first mech, there's gonna be two things that happen. He's gonna pick an animal, it's gonna be a bird or a snake, and there's blue fire that's gonna go out. If you're looking at my screen, if you still have my screen up, I'm gonna tell you the best way to resolve this. Turn your camera to where you can't see him and you can just see the corner. So how I have my camera literally right now, if you're looking at my screen, this is how you want it when the blue fire is going out. Just on your respective clock spot, wherever that is. Okay? For those of you that are on letters, my supports, you're probably just going to want to pick a number for this because you do need to be able to see the L shape. When the blue fire goes out, there's a couple of things that we know. Number one, this spot is always unsafe. This will never be safe, so you are not going there. What you are looking for is the blue fire to run up the outside wall. So if the blue fire runs up the outside wall right here, then we know that our safe spot is over here. Same thing with this. If the blue fire runs up the outside wall over here, that means our safe spot is over here. And you can see that at a glance if you have your camera facing this way. So once you find where the blue safe spot is, you're gonna move to that, and then you're gonna look at him and see what animal it was that he has. It makes noise, by the way. The bird makes a caw, like a fake eagle or whatever, and then the snake does like a little rumble. Then you're gonna resolve for that. If it's bird, you're gonna be on the inside of this black line. If it's snake, you're gonna be on the outside of this black line in this white square. And then from here, it's either partners or spreads. If it's partners, stand together. If it's spreads, melee's in front, ranges in back. I didn't see your question. Let me have a look real quick. When you say out, do you mean the fire is out or go out? It means go out. I would never tell you out like the fire is out. Out is like you move your body out. In means move your body in. In my case, I keep A in mind. I pull in between A and C. Yes. So like from here, you're just going to do your little projectile. He's going to come somber into you, and then you're just going to cross the threshold and go to A. It should put him squarely in the middle of all the markers. Yeah, he'll turn to face you automatically, just as long as you're on A. So for the blue fire animal thing, there is one variation where neither side is safe. So if you see blue fire run up either side, both sides, right here, this little marker, this little four square right here. If it's bird, you'll be here. If it's snake, you'll be here. Just on the inside of the black lines. Melee is you'll be directly under him. You can go further in if it's a spread. But yes, this square, sometimes the inner four squares are the spot. So if you see blue fire go up both sides, you're going to be in one of those four squares in the middle for that piece. All right, any questions? I'm throwing a lot of information at you, I know. We'll get through it. Let's pull and see if we have questions from there. This is crazy, and Yoshi P should indeed apologize. Yep. Examine your floors. Look real close. Sometimes they got stuff on them that'll help you out. On top of him apologizing, on top of everything that I'm telling you with the multiple mechs all at once, doing this at min-eye level was a very, very tight damage check, meaning that your DPS could sometimes not be enough, even if you are perfect the entire time. So there were only certain classes that could come in here. People were literally banning certain classes from their party finders because they did not want to be bothered with the struggle. They knew it wouldn't work. It was wild days. Look, if somebody tells you they were forged in the fires of pandemonium, just know that's somebody that know how to raid, for real. All right, torches are happening. Turn your cameras, watch your corners. This is personal responsibility, so I can't call it. He's casting animal. That's a snake. It's going to be out. Out in partners. Ooh, you were correct. Nice work. Tank stuff. Do your best to get everybody up if you can. He's casting. Remember, arm is snake, leg is dog. That is leg. Knockbacks. Pop your knockbacks. Good. Clock spots. And then you would count 1, 2, 3, and 4. Because there was not everybody was up, that was gonna fail regardless. Dog is the quote unquote easier one, but it is the one that you will still fail regardless if there's a body down. probably the Tank Buster. Those need to be swapped. I think you get a debuff if you take one of the hits.
I'm having an issue that's not even like any. It's not even the game's fault. I literally see the cast bar, or I don't see the cast bar, and it's in the middle of my screen. Like it's there, but my eyes just look past it.
Yeah, you just gotta kind of train your eyes for that. I can't help with that one. You just gotta remember to look at it.
You said pop the knockback, and I did it like a second too late. I'm like, where was the cast bar? But it was there.
Yep. For that, I tend to watch him, actually. I don't even look at the cast bar for that. I look at him. So he physically changes. The chains pop, and then one part of his body starts to morph. If it's the legs, you already know you need knockback. If it's the arm, just get out of his hitbox. You can listen for the chain pop, because that's what I used to do, and that's what I still do. The chains on his body will pop. Yeah.
Will it help to turn the music down?
It can. What was your question, Splash?
So this is like a control loop. So
Mhm.
don't you know when you hit like R2 or R2,
Mhm.
like how when you get the name of the skill that you pops up.
Yeah.
So you turn that off.
I don't know, actually. Mine are still on. Let's find out together. Let's see. Hotbar.
Sometimes that gets in the way.
Hotbar. Cross.
Or whatever.
You can move it to the bottom right corner.
I was gonna
That's what I have to do because
say there's an option to display hotbar help. You can try unchecking that. It just means that you won't see. I don't think you'll see your ability names. Oh no, that didn't. Hold on, let me see.
I think that helped me out with it.
Oh yeah, that does it.
I was gonna say I just moved my crossbars to the bottom right of my screen. Nothing was happening.
So character configuration, hotbar settings, and then you're gonna go to the cross tab. And there's a box that literally, if you uncheck display hotbar help, it gets rid of the names. I just tested it.
Oh,
Yeah, I leave them there because I teach, and sometimes I don't remember the names of abilities, so I just kind of hit my thing. But yeah, audio cues, so my music is low. But yeah, you can move your hotbar also too, like Ami is saying. There's simplified versions of your little symbols too. If you're curious on those, I can teach you how to do that once we're done today, just to give you more real estate on the screen. But just little things, little tweaks. I encourage everybody to get into their HUD and touch stuff, see what works for you. Any more questions or comments or concerns?
Check your food buff.
Yep, food buff, just in case you only ate one. And let's get some more pulls in before Yada gotta go. Good, good. Raid wide. Octa is spreads. You will be spread in the safe spot. Don't stand on your homie. Alright, watch for blue safe. That is bird. And then in. Take some getting used to. Don't worry about it. Tank stuff. Good swap. All right, he's picking an animal. Snakes out of the hitbox. Clock spots everyone. And check your debuffs. Remember, Group 1 is the number 1 through Charlie. Group 2 is Alpha through 3. These are diagonal. Remember, look at a corner that the snakes are not in, or a side the snakes are not in. I think I got it. Nope. Oh, yes, because I took y'all with me. Yep, that's Get It Hard. Because you were 2? Yep, you have to keep your order in mind. So if you have a 1 marker, them snakes that pop out first are your responsibility. If you have a 2, leave them first snakes alone. Just keep hitting and stay away from the snakes so that way accidents don't happen. If you're a 2, them second snakes are your responsibility. If you're a 1, stay away from them second snakes. You have questions on that? Yeah.
I have questions on the debuffs. So you said there was 2 debuffs, but were you saying that there was 2 debuffs, one going to 2 different people, or are you saying that there's supposed to be 2 debuffs on each person?
Everyone is getting 2 different debuffs. You will get a pink or blue one, which will have a 1 or a 2 in them. Or you will get a green circle or an orange Dorito chip. You will have 2 debuffs.
Maybe I'm colorblind because my circle looks blue.
Yeah, there is a blue. There is a blue. So there's a blue one. That's the number 1. It has a 1 in it. And then there's a pink one, which is number 2. It has a 2 in it. You have to look at the debuffs themselves. You can make the debuffs bigger if you go into System and HUD layout. You've just got to find your status info enfeeblements bar and then click the cogwheel and change that element side to something big, 180, 200, whatever makes you happy. I will tell you what I told Rain, which is what I use. I very rarely actually use the enfeeblements bar. I look at my name. So your debuffs will always pop up next to your name in the party list, and they will always be first. So even if you have other shit going on, like buffs and stuff, like if you look at the party list right now, we all have buffs, right? The debuffs will pop up closest to your name. So you'll have your little MP bar, debuffs will be right there. So I always look there personally. But yeah.
So, question. So if someone were to put like say Spyro were to put like what is it called? I forget what it's called. The one that you usually put on tanks, or something like that, the regeneration or whatever it is. If they put that on there, would that show up on my enfeeblement status bar?
That's a buff, so that would not be on your enfeeblement status bar, no.
Okay, because I'm trying to figure out, I'm gonna have to pay attention to this time because I don't even know how big it is. I just made it as big as it can be and threw it in this left side of my screen.
Revan, to answer your question, by that point, he'll be perfectly centered. You could literally just walk. You could literally just walk the circle from the inside and then turn around when you have to. If that makes any sense. Like, yes, it'll turn him. It's fine. Don't worry about it. We're not worried about uptime in that particular moment. We just want to solve the mechanic. That takes priority. I think I said this way back during class 1. Mechanics over damage always. I'm gonna tell you this right now. I will take someone who can consecutively and consistently solve mechanics right over somebody who puts out big damage but constantly falls down all day. So always prioritize mechanics over damage until you get the hang of the mechanics, and then you can start working on getting your damage up there if you need to. But yeah, just walk him. Just walk the circle. He'll be perfectly center at that point. He'll turn with you, but just walk the circle. You got a little racetrack. Look, between the inner and the outer, little racetrack. Just run the racetrack. It's fine.
Stand and fire DPS high.
No fish.
Nope.
Not
All
the
right.
no fish.
Let's go again.
き老木次の仕留めとしてやろう
Octa, that's gonna be a spread. Spread in your safe square. Turn your camera so you can start watching. That is birds, so we're gonna be inside the black line in a safe square. That was good. You guys just gotta scooch in a little bit more. It's okay to be in his hitbox. After the blue fire goes off, you can move into those spots. We were just too close together. That's all. It was a spread. Oh, y'all were definitely too close together. Splash, you want to hang out up by Bravo for that. So the 2 corner is going to be your safe corner.
I want nothing to do with this guy's rage.
Bruh, nobody does. Deshaun talking about his fun. Yeah, let's just go again. We got this. Octo is spreads. You guys are getting a redemption chance. Hang out in your color corners. Turn your camera. See if you can find the safe spot within that color corner. Alright. It's snakes, so you're gonna be... Oh no, it's in. It's in. Spread out.
Failed me.
It's tricky. It is. It's rough. Go ahead and reset it. We do again. It's tough, man. This fight is not... It's gonna chin check you, but this is the best possible place you can learn how to savage raid. Like, if you really trying to get in on that week 1, when this new tier drop in January, get a clear on this. Get a clear on this, even unsynced. It will do you a service. Yeah. Yeah, it's exactly what it is. Every time I start a new fight, you know what I say to myself in my head? It ain't P8S though. And you can say that without even knowing the fight.
I have quite literally heard you say that at least a handful of times.
Now you know why. Now you know why.
Kill me.
Now you know why. It ain't... Nothing will ever be P8S except for maybe an ultimate. Yeah, top. The ultimate that this unlocks is probably just as problematic. Deshaun. Am I right? I know I am. You ain't saying that, I'm right. I know it. So this unlocks top. And I imagine that it is equally as problematic, if not more so. Octo is spreads again. So remember, get into the safe spot for blue, then dodge in position for the animal. Safe spot for blue first, then dodge in position for the animal. You gotta be fast. Yep. Tank swap. Very good. Very clean. So remember when I was talking to you about clipping into AoEs after they've already gone off? The second that the blue fire is up, it's safe to stand in those spots. Knockbacks? Very good. Clock spots. You're gonna get to your clock spot. And you're gonna count the order you get hit in. 1, 2, 3. Someone's gonna die. 4. It's fine. Ones need to be at Bravo. 2s need to be underneath him. 3s and 4s at 2. That works too. This works too. That also works. That was actually how that's... You guys did that right. There's a triangle situation for that. So going off of instinct, that was really good. Bait order is when we stay on B. So for dog, just to briefly cover it, I'm gonna actually steal these markers. You're gonna start at your clock spots. Okay, yeah, go ahead and back out. I'll explain dog, and then we'll figure out what we're doing. We're gonna start at your clock spots. There's gonna be 3 spots that you use for dog. This one, I'm trying to get it without pissing him off. This one, and then this one. Pay no attention to what actual numbers these are because that's not gonna matter. Well, I mean, I guess it matters a little bit. So if we're in our clock spots, there's 4 sets of mountains that go off, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 people at a time will be getting hit when that happens. You have to remember the number that you were hit in. If you were hit first, you're a 1. If you were hit second, you're a 2, 3, 4, so on and such forth, right? If you are a 1, you are gonna go to Bravo. If you are a 2, you're gonna go directly underneath him. Get under there. It's gross, but do it. Right in that spot where I have that 1 marker. If you are a 3 or a 4, you're gonna go hang out on that 2. Do I have that backwards, Deshaun?
Backwards.
I do have it backwards. Okay. If you're a 1...
1 stands on 2.
Yeah, 1 stands on 2. 2 stands underneath him. If you were a 3 or a 4, go to Bravo. I was gonna say, that seems a little close. So those jumps that he does are proximity based. And what we're gonna do is bait them based on proximity. So the number 1s will go to 2. The number 2s will stand under him. 3s and 4s will go hang out on Bravo to wait their turns. When he jumps, he's gonna jump on the number 2. Then he's gonna jump back on the number 1 because that is furthest from where he is. As he is doing that, when he jumps on the number 2, if you are a 3, you need to swap spots with the people that are on number 2. Like right after he lands, you should already be moving. Already be schmoving there. Boom, you should be there. If you have already been jumped on, you're gonna wait your turn on Bravo. He's gonna jump onto the number 2s. He's gonna go back center. 4s are gonna go where the number 2s were. The people that just got hit are gonna wait on Bravo. And he's just gonna jump again. He's gonna jump back to 2 and then back to 1. That's how that works for dog. That is why people say dog is the easiest, because you literally are just doing that. 1s to 2, 2s underneath him, 3s and 4s to Bravo. He jumps on 1, 3s go to 2. He jumps on back to the middle, 4s go to the middle. If you already got hit, get the hell out the way. Go stand on Bravo. It's the in-between point.
Okay, so if we have a question, answer question, I'm completely spacing on it.
We can back out, by the way.
When I finish my my first step to start oh crap, I turned off my names. Hold on.
Standard?
The standard and then the other one, the more bougie one. Yeah, so I don't have the names on. Hold on.
Tech step?
I just turned them off. Hold on. Okay, Devilment and the one with the bird. Should I do that before or after starting the second step thing?
Devilment and Flourish are for tech step. You need to resolve your standard step, do your tech step, and then press all your buttons.
Okay.
All right. You ready to give this a shot, Ms. Wallace? It's okay. If you're not comfy, that's fine. You'll try? Okay. This is... Oh, because Yada just... Okay, 1 second. No, that's not what I wanted. All right. Invites a party. You're on Bard. So how are we gonna do this? I think I'm gonna give you my spot. Yeah, I'm gonna heal, but I was trying to figure out. Yeah, I'll just give her my spot because she's been watching me do it. So that makes the most sense. Pair my gear. OMG, I love Hotpot. All right. Questions about fire, snake, dog, or anything else in general. And if the question is, why the hell did you bring us here? That is valid as well, and you can definitely ask it. Yes, that's why. why the hell did I bring y'all here? It is the best possible way I could think of to condition you for multiple mechanics at once without overwhelming you, because this is a safe space. So in a way, I am sort of beating the fear out of you a little bit, because I know there is a lot of anxiety about getting mechanics right when you go into fights. So I figure if I take you to the scariest place possible safely, it'll help a lot with that. Not to mention, you really won't encounter anything quite like this. I am struggling to think of a Savage that was maybe M8S? I don't know. Lex Deshawn, M8S? Is it? It's like a baby P8S, isn't it? Maybe? Yeah, it's like a baby P8S. It's not quite, even that is not quite like, it's mean, but it's only mean because it's on content. I'm pretty confident about that. I'm not gonna hold you. I don't think M8S gonna age the same way P8S has. It is a lot of looking around and trying to find safe spaces. Sometimes you have to see two safe. Yes, that is exactly. I'm trying to train your eyes to get used to choosing between this or that. Because in Savages, and even in Ultimates, there is a lot of this or that. And sometimes it's this or this or this or that in some cases. So coming here where it will not immediately kill you like it used to, but it is still challenging because it is multiple mechanics at once, seemed like the smartest choice. This was the best possible way I could think of to have you put all of the knowledge that I have taught you over the last sessions that we have had to work. You do need to have good gear. You do need to eat raid food. You do need to make sure that you know your rotation and your opener so that you're progressing the fight. You do need to understand how complex mechanics work. Like this was just the best possible spot to kind of throw all of that together in one big soup and see if you got it. Soup? P11S's. I liked 11. 11 wasn't no P8 though. You know what 11 felt like to me? A relaxing day at the spa, bruh. I loved 11 so much. That used to be my favorite part of Reclears, is going to 11. Oh, it was. It was such a break, wasn't it, Rel? Oh my god. Hey, speaking of which, Rel, you'll be happy to know I used Get Them Hard, Get Them Wet for snakes. I know you're happy to have that live on. Alright.
Just because I haven't heard from y'all for a while, I'm running low on
and then the snake dies. Yeah. You get it hard, you get it wet, and then it dies. That's my girl was crazy. Alright, clock spots. So Aether, you're on Bard, that's fine. You just come here and do this. You'll do, for the sake of this, you'll do melee things today. It's okay. The only difference between melee and ranged is that when you have to spread out, you run in instead of away. That's all. That's the only difference in here at the very least. Let me get my main tank and my off tank into position. Mina, you're at Charlie. Remember we worked that out. Deshawn reminded me that you guys are reversed for this today. All right. Food up. Make sure you got yummies in your tummies. It hurts a lot worse if you don't. We've got about a half hour left. And then we'll go from there. Left me here with Deshaun. I'm gonna get a water. Octa is spreads. Find your corner, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Turn your camera so you can see the torches. You're not worried about him. He's not going nowhere. We are in. Safe spots are in. And that's a snake. So we just want to spread out. Good. Very clean. Not bad, Splash. Don't worry about it. This fight is not a walk in the park. Ow! In the fucking way. Now I'm on fire and shit. Son of a bitch. And put that out. That'll help. That bleed hurt? Hey, yo, what the hell? I forgot. Out of the hitbox. Out of the hitbox. I'm gonna try and get you up. 1 second. Can I beat the time? Can I beat it? Fuck, no. That's fine. Check your debuffs. You are a nothing, so we're gonna have 1 snake left over. Ones are... You got it. Alright, ones, hide from your... Alright, go. Get them hard, get them wet. Shit. Not me turning it over too soon.
I turned around too
Too soon, yeah.
I got it hard but dropped.
It's fine. We're okay. We should be okay. I got a Lily out for this exact reason. Mm-hmm. Alright. You'll get the hang of it. Keep at it for now. Alright. Reforged. Find the birdie. Remember, you are with your color partners for this. Hang near your corners. Birdie is north-south. Spread out. All right, if you did not get hit, go in. All right. Tetra, that's stacks. This is in regardless. See if I can clean this up. Shit. 3. Very good. Bird do hurt. Alright. This is dog. Pop your knockbacks. We will not make it, sadly. But that's okay. Get to your clock spots. Practice it. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Alright. So, I don't know. Pick a spot and practice standing in it because you used your... So see how he goes to the furthest possible point? The second group will stand underneath him so that he bounces back that way. It's fine. We call that edging. I'm sick. All right, let's try it again. Yeah. Also, if at any point you are feeling too overwhelmed and like this is not fun, please speak up. You do not have to tough it out. You do not have to be the bigger person for the sake of the group. If you're done, it's fine. Be done. One of the things that we prioritize over other raid groups is if you're ready to tap out, tap out. you're no good to anybody if you try to stay and fight through it if you're stressed out and overwhelmed and can't handle what's going on. So yeah, being tilted is not fun. It's not fun for your team. It's not fun for you, and you're definitely not gonna make any progress. So if at any point any of you are like, all right, I've had enough, I'm good, I don't understand, I don't want to, that's fine. Don't understand the fire directionals. You've been an M5, yeah? So, you know the moonwalking frogs? Same thing. These are just frogs. These are just moonwalking frogs. Who's your partner? Me. You're my partner. We're partners. Me! The purple Delta and 4 belong to us.
Didn't have my dance partner on, sorry.
Yeah, you're fine. The flames have a little pyre at the beginning of them. They're slightly bigger at the front. That's the only difference. The frogs are big though, you are correct. Y'all got an easier version of this for M5. This is where it came from though. Surprise! Tetra is partners, that's pairs. Oh, my earbud dying. Oh no. Watch your corners. That's bird. So we're gonna be in and in. Yes, perfect, perfect, perfect. Come here. Good. Good effort. I saw y'all running. I synced it. I synced the vision. Remember, I can't call your blue flame spots. That's personal responsibility. It'll be different depending upon how the pattern goes. So you'll have to keep an eye open for that. Let me get my tank up here. Out of the hitbox. And to your clock spots. Everybody is up. We will all have debuffs. Check your debuffs. Name of the game is get them hard, get them wet. Group 1 is 1 through Charlie. Second snakes are Alpha through 3. Look away. Take Alpha, Group 1. Yeah, mama. Not perfect, but we survived. I don't know if I petrified it. I tell folks to walk right up to it and target it. That guarantees it. Guarantees you will petrify it. All right, find the birdie. Birdie is north-south. You need to be in the black lines, north and south. All right, if you did not get hit with an AoE, I'm gonna be outside. Safe spot is 2. Go to 2. Not me getting snapshotted. Hey, you. He's hacking. It was 2. Yeah. No, you're fine. That shit used to fuck me up even when we were progging it as Relic. It was almost a guarantee pick up Spooky when that happens. Almost a guarantee, because I could not figure out the fucking flames for the life of me forever. I was group 2 when it came to snakes, my bad. They actually, I think it might be Alpha Charlie split and not a 1-3 split. Because one of them was at Alpha and the other one was at 3 for my set. So I might have that backwards. It's definitely spawning behind me. It's, Clockwise, counterclockwise, prio. Yeah, but you, as far as where to go to take the snakes, group 2 is still alpha. So it is an alpha Charlie? It's an alpha Charlie split then. So group 2, or if you get the second debuff, the 2 debuff, it's from alpha to 3. If you get the number 1 debuff, it's from, it's from Charlie to 1. Like Looper? Yeah, I hate that. Thanks, I hate it. Or not, it's not the debuffs, I'm tripping. If you're in group 2, it's alpha to 3. If you're in group 1, it's Charlie to 1. Everybody gotta split them. It's not the debuffs. The debuffs are the order you go in. Yo, yeah. M5S is easy as hell compared to this. It is really a disco party in that motherfucker. Let's go again. You just gotta keep bashing your head against the wall and you'll get it. This is where that persistence comes into play. Eighth and quarter beats are the same thing. You are correct. You will start to find patterns the more you raid. You will start to find patterns amongst the raids. To the point where you can already read stuff, even if it's your first time seeing it, because you've done it somewhere else. So, keep at it. Do the difficult fights. They do make you a better raider. Octa spreads. Check your torches. We're gonna hang out in here, Aether. Spread out. Go down towards the other side of the... Yeah. Good deal. Oh, that somebody else is getting that. Oh no, you got both of them. Okay. Keep Ami alive, because them shits hurt. Yeah, it can't be invulned because it adds a debuff to you. It's a forced tank swap out of the hitbox. Good. Oh, didn't quite beat the timer, but that's okay. Check your debuffs. Alright, get them wet. Seconds. Go ahead and get them hard, get them wet. Alright, so remember, you're gonna spread out in line for where the bird is. Whoever doesn't get hit needs to go in his hitbox. Whoever does needs to back off. And don't be lined up with somebody because it's a line AoE. You're east-west for this. Alright. And then we're out, right? Thanks, I hate it. Grab you. Safe spot is 2. No, it isn't. I lied. Ooh, we did. As hell. It was 3. God damn it. Every time. I'm so bad at this. Knockbacks. Good. I got it! You guys are doing great. Cleared. What's the mount for this? It's the Danger Noodle, the Flaming Dragon. Okay. Mm-hmm.
So, which because I know that it draws the line when it comes to these, it draws the
So, can you see my screen splash? Okay, so let's pretend this is your corner, right? You're talking about the animal lines, right? Or the blue. Are you talking about the blue lines or the animal lines? Because there's two sets. Unsure? The blue lines. Okay. The blue lines trace the white. So if you're standing here and you're looking like this is automatically off limits, so you don't even got to look at it. You just need to look at this side and this side, right? If both of these have lines that trace on the outside, you are going to be on this inside square. This one. Well, in your corner up there where the 2 is. I can't go because it'll pull him. But you'll be in here. And then from in here, depending upon whether or not he has a bird or a dragon animal that he summons, you're going to be on the inside of these black lines or the outside of these black lines. So if it is a dragon and it spreads, Mina, stand here for a second. If it's a dragon and it spreads and you have to be in this one, the range will stand where Mina is. The melee will go up here. If it is bird, you're going to do the same thing, just on the other side of this black line. If you have to go in. Yeah. It's the same for the other spots too, where you're dodging. You have to pay attention. You have to pay attention to both sets of lines. That's the only problem. And you always want to make sure that there are only 2 people per color corner. If there's more than 2 people in your color corner, somebody's not supposed to be there. So it helps to look for your partner. But they should be relatively close to your number marker. So in your case, it's 2. Because it's not I don't think there's enough room for, yeah, there's not enough room for 3. You can pull it off if there's an oopsie with a last minute dash, but like, you don't really want that stress. Can't stay much longer. Yeah, we are almost at time. We'll do one more pull and then we'll call it. What you guys can expect from me, no need to be sorry. It was 2 hours. It was only 2 hours. Technically, you guys are done with lessons. If you would like to meet back up, I'll put a vote up, is what we'll do, in the Newbies channel. If you would like to meet back up and continue to try to prog this, I'm okay to do that. We could just use the same time we've been doing. But I'll put a vote up to decide, because I have nothing left to teach you guys. Everything from here is just pro tips for each fight, each individual fight. So like, you know what I'm saying? Or, like Mina said, if y'all want to put together a little group and go do M5S, those of you that can, I need my sanity. I can't be doing this for much longer at this hour. Yeah. We'll wait for Pony to get back. We'll do one last pull, and then I'll say thank you to everybody. To learn and get tips and stuff. Well, hopefully it's been useful. Hopefully, I brought you here to also show you the difference between extremes and savages. I had y'all do an on-content Dawn Trail extreme, so I could then take you to an old content savage, a mean one, mind you, so you could see the difference, because there is a skill difference. It is a step up. Extremes are not nearly as structured. Extremes are not nearly as demanding. They don't very often have what I like to call pass-fail mechanics either, whereas if you do it correctly, everybody is alive. I was wrong. I mean, there are different, more challenging extremes in between those fights too, but Savage is a step up. This is what typically people will refer to as mid-core content. There's a step higher than this, believe it or not. All right, Pony, we're gonna do one last pull, because everybody's sleepies and we're at time anyway, and then I will post to see if we're gonna continue or if we're gonna try to do something else. Mina would like to take you guys to M5S, which I think would also be really good. There are a lot of similarities between the new tier and this. It's just nicer. So it would be beneficial, I will say, if you guys want to. DSR, when, listen, you leave these babies alone before I come hit you. All right, ready, check. Let's get that pull in so everybody can go to sleeps. And we can always talk more later. Get in the Woo van. Or yeah, you guys can go be with Woo, with Licks. If you're interested in getting into Ultimates, that's probably your next step, to be honest. That's okay. Don't be sorry. That's why you're here. There's nothing to apologize here. You owe nobody here an apology. Everyone is learning. That was the whole point. You gotta start somewhere, and if I can help you guys get that start, I'm happy to do so. No, take me with. Only I can protect her. Stop. I didn't even see the cast. Shit, Relic, what was the cast? Pairs. And then in partners. Almost. Not bad. That was my fault because I didn't see the cast. I'm so sorry, Aether Wallace. Listening to these two goof off and talk about food. Out of the hitbox. Getting another opportunity at snakes. We love this. All right. Check your debuffs. Group 1, Alpha through 4. Group 2, 2 through Charlie. It might be the other way around. I don't remember. It works either way.
At least I was facing the snake.
Shit.
Still got petrified.
Stay away from me.
But just facing.
Stay away from me. All right. Not bad. So I love this, right? Because you guys are probably like, damn, I don't get nothing that's happening. You do. Notice how with each pull you get a little bit better at it. Notice how the concept of stakes in and of itself is no longer completely confusing, right? Not necessarily you, Aether, because you just got here, but just in general. Notice how the more you do it, the more sense it starts to make. It's not your fault. We didn't have enough room in the car. I didn't want to send y'all in blind. That would have been terrible. That would have been awful on my part. We can back out. Some of us got to go to sleep, so it's fine. But I don't want you to come away from this feeling like, damn, I'm not cut out to raid. I can't do this. Yada yada. You can. You can. P8S is the hardest Savage, as far as I'm concerned, in the goddamn game. So the fact that you started to wrap your mind around and look at the things you needed to survive, and you were only in there, for all intents and purposes, y'all only progged for an hour. So you have not even made a fingernail scratch on the surface of progging that fight. I don't even know. Do you remember what the average prog time was for P8S? Anybody?
No, not a clue.
It was a lot. It was a lot. I'll say that much.
Realistically, arguably, the hardest mechanic in the entire fight, both phase 1 and phase 2, is Snake 1.
Yeah, no, he's not wrong, actually. So the fact that you guys were starting to get the hang of that and understand, okay, this is the snake I need to be watching, this is what I need to dodge, this is what I need to do in this order, like, you're already leagues above the average I don't raid player. He did crease your Jordans. You probably got a black eye and you missing some teeth. It's fine. I break bones all the time. I break bones all the time. It comes with the territory. I'm understanding and getting it now. I can almost shoot a gummy bear. I'm telling you. So stay tuned to the Newbies channel. I'm gonna probably put a poll up for a couple of days. That way you guys can sleep on it and decide if you truly do want to come back or not. But all of you did great. There are instances in that fight that cannot be force healed through. There are ways to fuck up that fight that not even the strongest of healers can fix. I don't feel that any of you did that. So I would say pat yourselves on the back. Remember all of the recaps that I was here for, not the Valley Garmonda I was out for, but anything that I was here for will be in the recap channel. You can rewatch those streams, start picking up some things. And I would 120 hours to clear P8S, and that was on content, right? Happy? Dishon? Yeah. That sounds about right. I'm not gonna hold you. That sounds correct. It do. You guys only progged for about an hour. So to already be grasping basic understanding of snakes is fantastic. The last thing I'm gonna tell you, I linked a guide for this, right? I linked an unsynced guide. Do me a favor when you have a moment and you have more energy, go watch that guide again and watch how much more shit makes sense to you. It's gonna feel really good. You're gonna build a little bit of confidence rewatching that guide going, okay, I get it. Because now that you've been in there and you've seen it firsthand, you have something to reference. Good work. Expect a poll. I will also put this in the recap channel because I did stream it. So I'll link that there too if you guys want to watch it back and kind of check stuff out. That concludes Newbies.